Hello, darlings. Welcome to another edition of Nights at the Round Table. I am your host, Bryan Lewis. I was out to dinner with a new friend actually, on one day, and we went out for tacos. And she's a very nice person. I think we're gonna get along famously. She's very smart and funny, and we hung out for a while. And we ordered our tacos, and because she was getting hangry, and she ordered her tacos with beans and no cheese. And I said, "Wait a minute, are you a vegan?" She said, "Yeah." I said, "That's never happened before." She said, "What?" I said, "That I had to ask somebody if they were vegan." So that always makes me think of like my $64,000 question, which is, do vegans swallow? Yeah, I don't know. We're talking about body issues tonight, and I certainly have a lot of those. I've been obsessing over the fact that I might be balding, even though, because a video that Justin took actually a couple weeks ago, like the way the light hits the back of my head and my gray hair, I was like, is that a bald spot? So I've been like taking pictures of the back of my head a lot lately. So now I got a bunch of pictures on my phone that look like my boyfriend took them while I'm blowing them. So I got that going for me, which is nice. But I think like if I am balding, it's like the only good thing about it is it's one more terrible thing in my life that I can blame on my mother. So that's always good. But no, I've been working out a lot because I need to lose some weight. Like one of my best friends told me like not too long ago, he's like, you know what, Bryan, you're really letting yourself go. Like you're looking a little fat, and it really hurt my feelings, man. You know. But he has a lazy eye, so I don't really trust his depth perception, you know? So I don't think it counts, right? No, but I've been like very obsessed with like the inner workings of my body. Like I've noticed like this irregularity in my heartbeat a lot. I think it's mostly psychosomatic, but like the only thing I have going for me is if I die of a heart attack, then I want somebody at my funeral to sing "My Heart Will Go On," because that's really funny to me. So, yeah. I was at Target the other day buying some stuff, and like every time I go to Target, somebody walks like out through the indoor, and it really irritates me. It's like, this isn't Raspberry Beret, people. There are rules in life. All right, we're gonna start the show, everybody. That one was for Prince, so we're gonna start the show. So here we go. Oh, here we go. I'll just use this one. I'll just do it like Steven Tyler this whole time. It'll be cool. And we're back, everybody. We're going to be talking about a very serious issue tonight, body image issues. It's something that certainly plagued me my whole life. And I have a great panel of guests tonight. A couple of guests had to cancel at the last minute, weather, and then there were some personal things going on. So I will give everyone a chance to call in later on. And the phone number here is 757-848-5920. Again, that's 757-848-5920. And I'm going to open the phones up in the last quarter of the show for you guys to call and talk about your experiences with this issue. So I'm going to let my panel introduce themselves, and we'll start in front of me and go counterclockwise.
All right. Is this on? My name is Brittany Cannon. I don't exactly remember how I met Bryan. I know my sister introduced us, but I don't know how long ago it was. Certainly a few years.
Yeah, it's been a few years.
But I was in a band called Polly Shakedown. I'm a musician and
great band.
Burlesque performer. Thanks.
A great performer.
Every cool show that we ever played, Bryan got us. So.
I mean, yeah, you're welcome.
All the rest of them were terrible.
Yeah. But you did tell somebody to suck your dick at the show once.
I told the entire audience of Peabody's to suck my dick. Yeah, that's it. I do burlesque and play music.
Well, wonderful. And you, darling?
I'm April Andeas, and I just moved here a little bit ago for this awesome man sitting next to me.
Oh, man.
This is Justin. And I travel and model and work for the radio station, and I met Bryan actually at his last Gloom show, and it was sad, but it was awesome at the same time.
That's exactly how I feel about it.
Playing.
And you, sir?
My name is Justin Cotterell, and I'm a photographer in the area. this lovely lady sitting next to me is my girlfriend.
Aw.
And you and I met because we got drunk and sang the most epic karaoke duet of Queen and David Bowie ever.
Yes, at the shittiest karaoke bar in town. It was just no longer with us. Rest in peace, cruisers.
I got stabbed. Not really.
I killed a guy with a trident. All right, well, that's my panel, everybody. Yeah, it man, I as far back as I can remember, I've always been very self-conscious and about my body, and it's gotten a lot worse in the last couple of years to the point where it's like I dated a woman recently who didn't even see me without a shirt on. Like, that's how bad it is. I mean, we only dated for like a couple of weeks, so it wasn't a big deal. Like, we weren't together for years and shit. But like, I was talking about it with my friend on Monday. Like, I don't like. That's why I dress the way I do. I mean, because I look nice, but I also cover up all the problem, like my problem areas. So it benefits me to dress this way. So I really dread summertime, which is coming up with it's creeping around the corner. So it's really making me self-conscious. But
you can wear your fabulous blazers with shorts.
See, everyone says that. I'm not ready to go full on Weekend at Bernie's with that thing though, because that's all over Weekend at Bernie's. Like
It's all in the color. It's all in the color of what you're wearing.
I do have bright colored shirts, so it might work. I don't know, but
Why not?
no, like you have to put a gun to my head to basically threaten me to take my clothes off. If you're a woman, you have to be like, if you don't get naked, I won't. And I'll be like, fuck, man. I think it's like I can call it the naked gun, right? You have to put a naked gun to my head. Yeah. No, it's like it's so bad. Like, oh man, like I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it now. I was thinking about it earlier. Like I wasn't wearing a blazer at my own house with my roommate, whom I love and trust. Like, and I was just like, I look fat right now. You can see my fat rolls. So like, it's so bad. I'm so plagued with it. And like I was 50 pounds heavier like back in high school, and I was less insecure then. I think it's because I'd never gotten laid before. So like after I started dating, that's when it really started to go downhill. So like I cared a lot less back then, but it was still always the thing for me. But I was always like, well, no one's ever gonna love me anyway, so what's the point? But now I'm like, people can love me, because I want to look good. So like,
it puts pressure on you almost.
Yeah.
Like that whole concept of it. So.
Well, I don't want to hog this whole hour. I could, but I don't want to. So you guys all have, I'm sure, interesting perspectives and stories on this. So anybody wants to jump in? Or I will assign you to speak. So
I'll pay tribute.
Okay, cool.
I'll tribute myself here. No, I mean it's interesting what you said too, because so much of it is really your own perception tied to other people's perceptions too.
Yeah.
I mean, you said it yourself, now that I can be loved,
mm-hmm.
you know, that puts a lot of pressure on you too, because you feel like people are just always watching you. That was always the thing that I had growing up, because I mean, I weighed probably about 240, and I was 5'6". And now I'm 6'3". I weigh about like 200 pounds. There was a period of time where I went down to like 180, but I mean during that time,
I would kill for 180.
It was not fun. When I was at 180, it was almost like a borderline eating disorder.
Yeah.
I was literally just eating protein shakes and just slices of lunch meat, and that was it. So it was just like a really, really crappy time. And the reason I did that, this was only 4 or 5 years ago, because someone basically had said something to me that just really hurt me bad regarding my weight, and it just sent me down that path where I was just like, fuck it, I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things, like it's everything we have as far as body image. I feel like it's really just come with like this inner evolutionary trait that we have that ties back to that animal instinct, where if I'm not like the biggest and the strongest and the most attractive, I don't matter.
Yeah.
And there's so much of our personalities that really we overcomplicate, but it really just ties into that base kind of instinct. Like every nasty little thing about our personalities and our fears and our anxieties ties to that, I believe.
I never really like made that equation to Darwinism.
Yeah.
So yeah. That's interesting. And that actually makes a lot of sense.
We've just layered on top of it.
Yeah.
I mean, we have entire industries that are built on that foundation.
Definitely.
I mean, why do you think Kylie Jenner sits there and can sell makeup for like $500 on eBay, and people will buy it?
Yeah.
Because they have that pedestal they've put her on,
right,
based off how she looks.
See, I think the reverse of that is the real litmus test, where it's like if you pay $500 for makeup, you are the weakest person.
Yeah.
It's not what you think it is. It's the opposite. So yeah. No, that's interesting. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. So yeah, it's not my fault.
Yeah.
It's Darwin, man. It's Darwinism.
We're all just monkeys on a rock spinning through space.
Yeah.
We all see ourselves differently than other people see us too, though.
I would literally do anything to see myself through somebody else's eyes, just once, just for an hour, because I know it would be a lot. I would be like, I'm not that bad, you know, but I just can't. Like, I got such a great phone call the other day, like. I'm beside myself. It's gonna be the biggest gig I'll ever play in my life, and like I don't want to talk about it because I don't want to jinx it. It's not official, but and then right after that, I'm on cloud 9. I'm like, God, this is the greatest thing like that's ever happened, man. Like I can't believe this is happening. I go to the bathroom and I see myself in the mirror and go, you're still a fat piece of shit though, and I still saw a big fat piece of shit. Like it's getting so bad. I've been really determined to overcome this past year, or this year, and. You know, baby steps. I'm getting there. I'm working on a lot, but I know that's not gonna. That's only like a quarter of it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm probably always still gonna look at myself the same way, but at least I'll look better. I guess. I
Not
don't know.
necessarily though. Like I'm definitely someone who struggled with body issues my whole life. I went on my first diet when I was like 8 years old because my mom told me I was fat because she's a fat phobic like monster of a person. And
wait, do we have the same mom?
it just developed into this like intense self-hatred that I don't know if it was like a self-fulfilling thing or if I'm just an easy target, but my whole life everyone's first insult at me is you're fat or you're ugly. It's I guess it's because I've always been kind of smart, so like I guess for women it's either you're dumb or you're ugly. So
intimidated by you.
But after dieting and basically going on that protein and lunch meat diet for like 3 years, I lost 80 pounds and still cried every time I saw a photo of myself. And I was like, what the fuck am I doing this for? Like, why am I this miserable? Why am I working out 3 hours a day and hurting myself to look a certain way and I'm not even happy? So I decided to stop and eat like a normal person for a year. And I put on a shit ton of weight and decided to try burlesque. And I thought to myself, if I'm going to take my clothes off in front of people, I should like my body because I can't handle seeing pictures or videos of myself naked and hating them.
Yeah.
So the very first thing I did, and I highly recommend this, was I signed up to model for the Norfolk Drawing Group. So I posed nude and everyone painted me. And it doesn't matter, like, man, woman, they would love anyone there. They just love, like, interesting looking people. And actually they told me, like, I really enjoy your curves. Like, I enjoy the shape of your body. It's really interesting to paint. Most people are uncomfortable if they're not thin. And we actually prefer people that have some, like, depth to their form. So that was really cool. And then I got to, like, see myself through other people's eyes, literally. Like, their version of me, and it was beautiful. I kept crying and like they had me back 3 or 4 times and you get $60, so at the very least it's weed money.
No, I've had people draw me before, not like in a nude sense, no, God no, but like people will draw pictures of me for whatever reason and like I still see them as ugly, so I don't know if they're just shitty drawers or if I see everything that has to do with me as ugly. I don't know.
Well, I think it's because you view yourself so much though too.
Yeah.
Like no one is ever going to look at you as much as you look at yourself.
That's
goes for
absolutely
anybody
true.
out there. And when you look at something that much, you do start to become really nitpicky in terms of flaws, you know. And I mean, I've actually photographed you before.
Yeah.
You came over to my
and there's one that I fucking hate that I can think of right now. Yeah. It's the one that at my show where the way that the jacket I was wearing sits, it makes me look super huge. And I'm like, I fucking hate that picture.
You pointed that out directly to me after I shot it. I remember.
Like, don't fucking post. Like, I feel like I'm like a prima donna. I'm like, I need approval for all the photos you post about me.
Well, you
Just
should
a-
have it.
Yeah,
I mean,
always.
yes, thank you. Thank you for enabling me.
That's just professional.
Okay. Anyway, on the flip side, though, like I model on the side too.
Yeah.
And I feel
Do
the
you? I had
exact
no
same
idea.
way. Yeah.
I'm just
Who would have
kidding.
guessed?
No.
I forced him.
Everyone
to
listening,
take pictures of
I
me.
actually love Justin a lot, but I give him shit because he's the permanent after picture to my before. So it's joking jealousy that I give him shit. I love him
think
though.
you called me once the Chris Pratt to the Chris Fat.
Yes, you are the Chris Pratt to my Chris Fat. Yes.
Nah, it's look. I wish. All right, hold up. Just to show you how bad it used to be, I actually have my military ID from back in the day. This is from back in 2004. To show you how bad it was. In defense of this haircut, I was very, very into Oasis at the time. So I'm just going to pass that around.
Oh my God! For everyone who can't see this, which is everyone, this is a giant size ID to fit his entire face on it because he's a super chubby kid. I mean, I would fuck that kid. I mean, maybe not that age. That's
Maybe not
gross.
that
But
I was 20. I was like 20.
okay, yeah, I would fuck this kid.
Yeah,
then.
totally. If you're into Bobby Hill with bowl cuts, that's pretty much
That's
exactly,
exactly what you look
for
like.
for the listeners at home.
Oh my God.
But no, I mean, it's one of those things, you know. And you both brought up a really cool point too. I know you said that your mom had said things to you when you were younger, and you made the joke about your mom too. My dad was this overbearing. He was an East Coast bench press champion.
Yeah.
He was the epitome. He looked like an 80s pro wrestler.
Yeah.
And he had this kid who just was not athletic whatsoever. And because of that kind of pressure being put on you, you never feel like you're going to be good enough too. So
Yeah.
when you said that your mom would say these things about you, the one person, it's like a psychological thing. The parent is the end-all, be-all authority
Right.
that you have.
Yes,
of
what they
course.
say is the truth.
It
You have
matters.
no,
It matters.
Yeah.
have no other frame of reference than what comes out of their
Whether or
mouth.
not you know if it's true, it makes a big influence on you. Like mine was always a back and forth thing. Like I wasn't good enough. I was either one day, it was like a matter of days in a line. Like you're too skinny today. You're too fat today. You're too skinny today. You're too fat today. To the point where like I almost developed eating disorder. And instead I just joined every single sport there was. I played like 3 at a time. And like even to this day, because of what I do, I feel like I have to stay in really good shape, and sometimes I'll wear myself out. Like I like working out, but I'll go to the point where like I feel like crap. Like even last week when I was sick as a dog, like I caught some crazy ass virus, and
I had to force her to stay home.
I was
almost
like,
had
oh
to
my
tie her
God,
like
Yeah.
to the
and
bed.
I'm like dying, putting clothes on, and he's like, "You're not coming with me." I was like, I want to go. No, you're gonna pass out.
She almost sounded like regular size Rudy from Bob's Burgers, like when he's wheezing after an
fine.
asthma attack when she was talking. It was so bad.
But I mean, I still fight with it because I feel like I need to like make my own self-image the way that I want to look all the time. And if I gain like a pound or two, or I can't run for a day, just the lack of endorphins from it like drives me kind of nuts, and I don't know what to do with myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. That does happen when you're used to working out. That's why I don't do it.
You know what? I'm of a similar mindset. Like
Whatever, man. I'll walk
Cheers
around with
to that.
T-Rex arms.
no, like when I met you guys in the street before we did the show. That sounds ominous and weird.
It kind of
We're recording
freaks
this in a
me out
house. There's a
because
street in front of the house,
You
guys.
pointed at the garage and said, "This is where the magic.
This is where the magic
happens." And I
happens.
got really
Said
worried.
walk
No.
around to the backyard and go into the garage. Okay.
That's not weird at all, guys. It's totally normal.
Don't mind the noises.
I've been going in the creepy garages since I was a kid. I've turned out okay. No, but you were like, "Oh man, you look like you've lost some weight." Last time I saw you, and my reaction to that was, "Well, I guess I was fucking fatter before, because I look fucking fat as shit now."
Well, I'm never gonna compliment
No,
you again.
dude, I like, and the thing that bothers me a lot is it's like being a man and having body image issues. And I'm not trying to like pretend that men have it bad. We don't at all. I'm a white male. It's great. You should get into it. But
That shit is
like,
gold.
it's a get out of jail free card in America. It's the greatest thing in the world. But like I still have to deal with the stigma of like, oh man, you're being a girl, which is misogynistic.
Yes.
But that's another story. But it's like, dude, I'm not emasculated because I'm like I don't like the way I look. You know, like I made jokes about my parents and shit, but it was really like growing up in school. Like I bullied all the time. I got
Yeah.
bullied up until like 11th grade. So like I was always told I was fat and ugly, and I just started to believe it. And
Yeah, you
it-
do.
I never stopped believing it. And I used to do a lot of physical comedy when I was younger, because I was really good at it. Because like I was really into, I was raised on Chaplin and Three Stooges and shit. So, and then I fell in love with Chris Farley when he went on SNL, and then he died, and I stopped doing physical comedy because I saw it then, like why, like that killed him. Like it was like the fatty falls down humor. That's what killed him. That's why he never lost any weight. That's why he never took care of himself, because he didn't think he'd be funny anymore. And I struggled with that for a long time. I said, if I lose any weight, no one's gonna think I'm funny anymore. So then I just dedicated myself to being, the clever, witty person that I am today, instead of being this big dumb fat guy, really. So, but yeah, April, do you want to say more than this? I don't want to cut you out of this episode.
That's okay.
No, that
I
makes
feel like
perfect
it's
sense.
also kind of our society as well. Like even women's pant sizes have changed. Like I
Yeah.
think a 4 now was like an 8.
Yeah.
Before,
Oh,
like,
dude, I have major
years
issues
ago.
with the sizing thing.
Yeah, and it's like just people admired people with curves and people who they just saw them as beautiful back then
Yeah.
and they loved themselves for it. And now like everyone just feels like they have to be not.
Yeah.
That's why I say I'm not fat, I'm vintage. Like there was a time where you ladies would have been knocking down my fucking door because I'm a provider. Like, I look like a provider because I clearly have a lot of food. So you want to come to my cave.
I
But-
actually watched this TED Talk once where the guy was talking about self-image, and he was saying that when you look at yourself in the mirror, you're not looking at your actual self the way you look, the way other people would see you. You're looking at yourself with this like thing in the back of your head plugged into society's like perception of what beautiful is and what attractive is and what sexy is. And the secret to positive self-image is unplugging that and like just seeing yourself as you actually are. So it takes some time to do that because you have to like the first thing I did was I would just like look at myself naked in the mirror, as like hippie and weird as that sounds. And I would just stand there until I found something I liked. And the first time I did it, I stood there for an hour. Like, God damn it, I can't find one single fucking thing I like on my whole entire body. Not one thing. And then I was like, well, I guess I like my eyes. I guess I like my lips. And then slowly every day I would pick something else out until I just stopped doing it because I couldn't find anything I didn't like. And I really feel like there's so much power in that. I know I don't know if you get this or not, but like being someone who has pictures taken of me all the time, especially like not so fully clothed, people feel like they're allowed
Guys.
to.
Just let you know. Go to a burlesque show that she's performing at.
Do it.
It's people feel like they have the right to comment on my body. So like a few months ago, I posted this picture in a costume, and it's just like a bra and underwear. And this girl commented on it, and her comment was, "How dare you post a picture of yourself this naked, looking this disgusting?"
Wow.
Well, that woman's just a cunt.
And obviously,
Yeah.
but it just kind of like lit water off a duck's back. Like it didn't bother me at all. And I was like, man, there was a point where this would have sent me into a depression for like weeks. I would have been like in the bed crying and like, I never want to leave the house. I'm horrible. And now I
feel
was just like,
people say
ugh.
things like that because they're mad at themselves for not having the confidence to do it.
Exactly. And
Do
so
you-
there's power in
'Cause
confidence.
it doesn't matter what you look like. You should love yourself.
Yeah. Do you
Everything about
as the resident skinny woman on this panel right now? do you get a lot of like you need to eat kind of shit?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I've had people who care about me, like family, contact me and be like, "Oh, you're looking anorexic. You should like put on some pounds." And I'm like, "That's sweet, but I eat a lot."
Yeah.
I just,
Yeah.
I want to point
I
out that
run
I
extra.
can verify that fact because when we go to sushi buffets, like we walk in there and gangster music just starts playing like in slow motion. That's why I love this girl. Like she works. It's almost like Dragon Ball Z from back in the day, where like they would eat a lot because they worked out a lot.
Yeah.
Like it's like that, and she just.
I'm working my biceps with hand.
I mean, that's like that Kobayashi kid, like the kid who was like the number one hot dog eater. That kid was fit.
yeah.
He just downed them hot dogs. Like I was like, I couldn't even eat that much in my lifetime, man. You know?
That metabolism.
Yeah.
But people
Yeah.
just say things to be hurtful, I think, sometimes. Because my biggest thing with it's always people who are upset at me or mad at me and feel like they just have to hurt me. So they automatically, like, attack something that is about you that they can see. And they're
Yeah.
like, "Oh, well, I'm pissed at you for this, so you're too skinny today. You're too fat today." Like,
Yeah.
and it makes you feel bad, but you're like, that doesn't make any sense. Why are you saying that out of
Yeah.
nowhere?
You're shitty or you're a bitch.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
So we live in a society now where it's the easiest ever to do that.
Oh, absolutely.
We are
Yeah.
the most connected society in like
We live in
history.
in the bully culture, really.
Yeah, and it's just led to us being more desensitized than we've ever been to.
I honestly like. I don't know if I would still be here if I grew up in this day with the internet, growing up in school. If I had to deal with like internet bullies as much as I did with real life bullies, I think I would have killed myself.
It's
like
just
I
so-
don't think I would be here.
It's so easy for people to just throw something out there real quick and not have to look you in the face.
Yeah,
and,
no,
like,
it's
feel
cowardice.
the
Yeah.
consequence of you
Yeah.
coming back at them.
No, it's this invisible barrier that you have all, you can say whatever you want and not have any accountability for it at all. So I mean that's a whole other issue. But no, and just bullying in general, like what you were saying, people telling you shouldn't be doing that. Like you should be confident in your body enough where you don't have to tell people what they should do with theirs.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
ultimately, at the end of the day, no matter how good a person looks, there's something that they're not confident about.
Oh, yeah.
You were talking about guys saying, like, oh, you're being a girl.
Yeah.
Every single guy who's ever said that has something they're worried
Absolutely.
about themselves.
Yeah.
I still hate the way that I look.
Yeah.
And
No one
it's-
hates the way you look, Justin.
Thank you.
I like the way he looks.
I hope so.
Ultimately-
All about that ass.
I would
Even
hope
though-
so.
But even though I have things I'm not comfortable about anymore, like I've kind of grown more into my skin.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
as time goes on, you start to realize how much of it is in your head. You
Yeah.
know? And I'll go back to it. I've shot you in the past.
Mhm.
I'm proud of every single shot I've ever done of you.
Well, that
I
makes one
loved
of us.
all the photos he did of you, and I don't know which photo you're talking about, by the way.
Oh, I do. I have an image burned in my brain.
I'll point it out
I
to you
actually,
when we get home, and you'll be like,
I
"Bullshit."
actually looked it up. I didn't look it up, but I came across it the other day, and I was like, "That's that fucking picture I hate." Yeah.
He does the same thing to me. Like he ran away from me the other day while I was out doing a shoot because I took some pictures of him, and he was like,
No.
"This isn't my shoot. Leave me alone. I don't feel
I was like,
good
I
today."
feel like, yeah, it's true. I was like, I feel like shit. I'm sitting there in shorts and like a t-shirt,
Yeah.
and I hadn't been to the gym in like 3 days, and I just felt like crap, man. I mean, I still, there are days where like I take off my shirt before I get in the shower or something. I look and I'm like, Jesus, dude.
Yeah.
It's just,
I do the same thing to him though, and he'll be like, "Oh, the lighting's really great down here because we live in a townhouse, so like the natural light that comes in the
Are
windows."
you
is
still live in the
awesome.
same place I went to?
yeah.
Okay. Cool.
And he's like, "Oh, come down here real quick." And I'm like, "No, I don't feel good today. Like, there are days where I just feel like a complete slob, And you're
Yeah.
like, "No, I don't want my picture taken right now." I'm like breaking out, my hair's crazy, my face is oily, and I'm floaty, and my boobs are huge, and I hate them.
Dude, Jesus. No, but no. This,
I'm a fan of that last one. I want to go on record stating that. So,
No, the picture of me in question that I'm talking about. I look like Patton Oswalt played Sling Blade and was also in the Trench Coat Mafia. I was gonna go shoot up the school. It's the worst picture I've
That
ever
sounds like a
seen,
photo
and it's
I
not his
read
fault as a
about.
photographer. It's my fault as a human being for looking like I really hate everyone at school and I have an eating problem. So yeah, and I'm angry. Like, seriously, I will post this picture of me on my show page, and you guys can see it and be like, dude, seriously, I look terrible in it.
So many
But-
people are gonna tell you you're
Yeah.
awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, oh, you look good. I'm like, you're a fucking moron. No, like seriously, I get like, not bragging at all, because I get compliments from women sometimes, and I genuinely think they're stupid.
You're terrible at taking
No,
a compliment.
no, I genuinely think you're
awful
dumb.
at it.
Like if you find me attractive, I'm like, you either need to get your eyes checked, you're incredibly drunk, or you were really stupid. No, like genuinely, I can't take compliments physically or even like professionally. Like people tell me good things about like, this show or my music or my poetry, which nobody should ever compliment ever. But I'm like, okay, like I say thanks, but I don't like. I'm just saying this to leave me alone.
Why though?
Like I have a lot of self-confidence issues.
Not to get all therapy, but
No,
like,
no. I mean, this show has turned into a therapy session for me. Like my second episode about depression, as you
I'm
know.
like,
So like
tell
that's
me
all I
about
talk
your
about is shit
mother.
that I need to talk about. Really.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like there's a lot of shame. I don't know. People give you a lot of shit if you're confident in yourself. If you're confident in your work. If you're confident in your art, they're like, why do you feel good about yourself?
It's true. It's
That makes
almost
me
like
mad.
They're trying to figure out what it'll take to like get you out of that. State.
Yes, and I have a problem with authority, so I'm like, fuck that. I love myself. I'm great at everything.
Kind of the shit.
Yes.
But I feel like it's like I'm so much happier now just being like, if I write something I'm proud of, just being like, I'm fucking proud of that. If I like have something that I feel like went really well, I'm like, good job, me. So maybe you should just practice.
Well,
I find it interesting that mirror thing that you said earlier, because that was like a thing that I've heard before and I actually started doing when I was just getting down on myself. It was like a year. I was having a really hard time. And I forget where I read it, but You're supposed to like force yourself to give yourself 10 compliments in the morning in the
Yeah.
mirror. Before you walk away, you're not allowed to do anything else. You have to wake up with bedhead and tell yourself 10 things you love about yourself.
Yep.
See, my
And then you
bedhead
can
would
go
be
about your
my
day.
first compliment. Like, you have great bedhead. So, yeah.
I feel like too much like Stuart Smalley when I try to do something like that. I watched too much SNL when I was a kid.
But it does help. Like, it sounds stupid,
Doggone
but
it.
eventually
People
like
like you.
it comes so easily to say it.
Exactly.
Like, damn, you look good this morning, and you're like, that sounded stupid. But like 10 days later, you're like, yeah, you do.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, I think my biggest issue, and this is so much more of a psychological thing about me, but like, I kind of embrace my massive inferiority complex because I know that my ego can be massive too, so it keeps me humble. So I feel like if I get rid of my inferiority complex, I'm just gonna be the biggest asshole in the world. Like, I'm great. I'm fucking. I look like Kurt Russell in his prime. Like, ladies line up.
Pushing
You know,
old ladies out of the way.
Yeah,
down the
like
street.
I have the greatest band in the world. I'm the greatest poet in the world. This is the greatest radio station in the world, and I'm extremely fuckable. And I don't want to be that guy. So like, I won't ever let go of like not liking myself a little bit at least.
Well, I feel like we're pretty much like a damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of world these days.
Yeah.
You know, when it comes to things like that, and we're all just trying to find the middle.
Yeah,
You know, we don't want to
definitely.
go to. It's almost like when you played Mortal Kombat back in the day when you had to break the bricks and you had to get right in that sweet spot. It's like I need to find that sweet spot of not being an asshole, just right.
Yeah, yeah. No, I think I've found the balance. Not really, because I don't like myself. I say that, but you know, I haven't clearly. But
I feel like if you can hang out with yourself, though, you like yourself. You know?
I mean, I love hanging out with myself because
Yeah.
I'm the only smart person I know. So I like having intelligent conversations with myself. So
But like, how many people just like can sit down and eat a meal with themselves? But I love doing that, and I feel like people I know who can do that are usually pretty confident, happy. Like, you know, they like themselves enough to at least hang out with themselves. I feel like that's important.
I've been spending a lot of time alone lately, and not just because I'm
You were
hard.
just telling us that before this.
Yeah, no, I like I love walking on my own. I go to movies by myself. I eat by myself. It's great. I actually prefer eating by myself to other people because I don't want them to watch me eat. That's just gross. You know, especially burgers. Burgers are the worst food. If you have any body issues at all, don't eat a burger in front of somebody. Especially me, because I get super excited about it. Like if you look at my face when I'm eating a burger, I'm so excited to be taking that bite. Like I'm like that's like I get hiccups when I eat burgers because I'm so happy to oh burger. Like I get super excited. I don't want anyone to look at me like
You
that. Like
inhale.
how can you fuck me after you see me make that face eating a burger? Like I don't even make that face when I'm eating pussy, and I love doing that shit. But no, I get super excited eating burgers, man. This shit's gross. This shit, I can't take myself seriously like that.
It's definitely not a cute food. Anything you have to open your mouth like
Yeah.
that wide to get, that's not
Burritos
good.
too. Burritos
Yeah.
are just the absolute
No.
worst. It's like a grenade just goes off in your face every time you bite into one.
Yeah. No, especially if it's a giant like Big Mouth burger, everything just spills out and it's like blah. This is so gross.
It's not cute.
Yeah. No.
I can't eat a burger without feeling like Marlon Brando at the end of his life
Oh,
every
jeez.
single time. That's the general feeling I get. It's like, I just don't give a shit, and
My
I'm gonna-
ultimate food coma. Afterwards, it's like half of a I'm way too full and half of a why did I do that to myself?
Yeah.
We went to Five Guys yesterday after a shoot, and we canceled all of our plans afterward. It was like
5-hour
5 in the
nap.
afternoon. We had stuff planned. We were like,
We're
we're going to go
done
see a
now.
movie. We're going to
Bye.
go. Nope. Lay in bed for the rest of the day.
Shout out to Aaron who just texted me and said that salad is the worst first date food. I agree with you.
You're trying too hard.
Yes. You're not fooling anybody, bitch. Like I know you ain't in that salad all the time. I don't care how skinny you are. You ain't fooling me with that salad because I ain't buying you salads at my house.
I just go ahead and get nachos. Just lay it all out there on the table. What's the messiest, greasiest, grossest thing I can get? You still like me? That's great.
All right, we'll start taking some phone calls now. If nobody calls in, we'll just keep talking. It's fine. If you have any thoughts on this issue, or you want to talk about it more seriously than we have, please do. No, but you guys are talking about mirrors. Like you were talking about like looking at yourself in the mirror. I for a long time I didn't have mirrors in my house. I had one small one in the bathroom because I just don't like the way I look. And I still have like the least amount of mirrors I can legally have in my house right now. So I'm not there yet, man. I got a lot of work to do, but I'm trying a lot. So
Did you ever realize the longer that you look at yourself, the more you pick out about it that you don't like? because I have trouble with that sometimes. You like stare in the mirror because you're doing something for a long time, and you're like,
It all depends on my mood though. Like, I'll go into like I think I look great in bathroom lighting, which is like I know terrible for like a photography standpoint. Like bathroom lighting is
Actually,
atrocious.
no. Overhead light, depending on where it's at, can
Dude,
be pretty on point.
Like I go to the bathroom sometimes. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy?
yeah,
Like,
oh hey.
yeah, no, because like I think my face has the best qualities of myself, and everything else below that is just awful. I got nice legs, I guess. I mean, my dick's aight, but you know, no, but like I have nice eyes. I know that. I can say that with confidence. I have nice hair. I can say that with confidence. I got a nice nose. I have a really small, sensitive guy chin, so that's why I have a beard to cover that up because I have a round face, you know. But like, I think those are like that's really it. Like, but I see my face in the mirror in the bathroom mirror. I'm like, I'm all right. Like I get like Buffalo Bill. Like I'd fuck me.
Yeah.
I'd fuck me hard. Yeah. Just in the face though.
As far as body type though too, that's the thing. Like, what are you comparing it to? That's kind of the question I want to throw out to everybody. Like, what are you comparing your body to?
Well, I mean, I
Yeah.
could compare it to you, and yeah, like we're like,
Dude,
like-
Well, that's our problem. We're comparing ourselves to other people.
Yeah, no, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
We should be comparing ourselves to where we feel comfortable.
nah, no, as much as I know I'm still gonna have a little bit of it because it's a psychological thing. It's not really like a physical thing. Garney said, "Don't short your eyebrows." I have nice eyebrows. All right. I mean, my eyebrows are like on fleek before on fleek was a thing. So
Yes.
yeah, like I for a while I had the Eugene Levy thing. Like, and then I got two eyebrows because I started shaving here. And my eyebrows, my arch is pretty great. Like, I got better arches than McDonald's. Like,
They're good.
yeah.
Yes. Definitely.
Like, The Rock stole that shit from me.
And they're darker than the rest
Like,
of your hair, which is a good thing.
Yeah, which just makes me look like I dye my hair
I
gray.
like them eyebrows. Yes.
Like-
you brought up The Rock too. Like, I grew up watching pro wrestling.
I did too.
in the
Yeah,
80s and the 90s.
For a long
So
time.
like, and you talked about Kurt Russell earlier too.
Yeah.
These are the guys that we looked at growing up, saying like, okay, well, that's the picture of masculinity, and that's what I need to look like. That's normal. And that shit's not normal. We proved through the steroid scandal in the 80s that shit's not normal.
Yeah.
So, like, and that's kind of cool. Like, I still watch pro wrestling because I'm a giant, enormous man-child
Because
that
it's
never
great.
grew
I've
up.
actually my roommate loves it, so I've gotten
Yeah.
back into it.
I
Like,
think it's
it's
fun.
average
I'm
size
super
guys
excited
now.
about the Avad villains.
Yes.
I was like, please win all the matches and please come out on giant wheel bicycles.
How can you not get excited? And like, side note, I feel like when you talk about my body type, I feel like I would be the epitome of what like an in-shape guy in the 1920s or 40s would look like.
Yeah.
Like some dude that doesn't have abs, but like just lifts like triangle-shaped weights and shit. Like
Aha!
shows up at the gym on a giant one-wheel bicycle.
Can we please dress up in like all black and white, like
I think
striped,
you
like
just
vertical
figured
stripes?
out our Halloween
Yeah,
idea.
just go to gyms and just lift like paper mache 1-ton weights, like big
I
giant.
will pay for your guest pass if we can do this.
Anytime fitness means 1920s time fitness.
Means whatever time period I want.
Yeah.
Barnabas, this strange contraption just goes in a circle over and over again. I've never seen anything like it.
Lay us out, Johnny. No, man, I'm working on it, man. And I'm not fishing for compliments. Don't come up to me and be like, "Oh, you're a good-looking guy." Shut the fuck up. Like, that's not the point. So, but I mean, do that though, a little bit. But no, I've got a lot of work to do to feel confident in myself, and I know that like getting in better shape is only going to be a small fraction of it. Because even if my roommate Chris was like, "Dude, you look like you're losing weight. Like, you look better than you did when you moved in here." And I was like, "I still look like shit though." So like, I know it doesn't really matter physically how much I change. It matters how much mentally I change, and I haven't got there yet, man.
Right.
You know?
I think that everybody feels that though until the day they die, honestly. I think that no one will ever like go to their grave saying like, I'm the shit physically, I look amazing. No one will ever have that. And I think that also ties into our hierarchy of needs because there is a point in there where we have that need for self-improvement constantly.
Yeah.
And I think that some of us, depending on like factors that happen when we're younger, things that keep on happening, it gets worse and worse over time. So, but you do eventually get comfortable in your skin.
I think it's a good thing to constantly want to better yourself, but we need to like lean more towards focusing on that rather than putting ourselves down, because they're two completely different things. Like
Yeah.
you shouldn't be telling yourself negative things about yourself. You should be telling yourself what you'd like to fix and working towards it.
Like, this is great, but this is great too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this would be greater.
One of my life
I love
philosophies,
this, but I can fix this a little bit better.
is to treat myself like I would treat a friend. Like, I would never be like, ew, you look gross. Like, you're fat, you're ugly, you've got wrinkles on your eyes that you didn't notice yesterday or whatever. I'm just like, if I see my friend and they look beautiful, I'm like, hey, you look beautiful. Like, I walked up to you tonight and the first thing you said to me was, I love your hair. And that's how I talk to myself. You know, I'm just like, if something looks good that day, I say it looks good. And I just try to be kind to myself. And I feel like the world is mostly going to be kind of shitty to you. So why would you be shitty to yourself in your own mind?
So
like,
true.
you should at least be good to yourself.
You can also flip it too and use it as kind of like a measuring stick for progress too, because when I was first working out, granted I was doing like the most unhealthy dieting ever, but I was also pushing myself really hard in the gym, and I was like, every week, okay, what have I improved from last week? What has gotten better?
Right.
And that's something you can do as well. And it's like little minor changes, like, okay, well, I think I dropped like 3 pounds, or, you know, I added like a 10-pound plate onto the barbell, or things like that. It's all just those measuring sticks of progress. And I think that we get so bogged down with body issues, with the negative sides, that we don't try to think like, okay, what can I do to make it more positive, and let's measure that positive progress that I'm making too. So
Yeah, I definitely need like a physical kind of focal point. Like, I'm obsessed with this pedometer on my phone, and I have one now, and I hate the word pedometer because it sounds like I'm measuring children, like, you know, where I can meet local children in my neighborhood. So I call it a step counter because I'm not a fucking weirdo. But yeah, no, like, I'm obsessed with it now. Like, I check it every day. So like that's how I know I walk 5 miles a day, because I'm obsessed with checking it at least 5 miles a day. Some days I walk a lot more. But
That's a cool thing to have, though, because then you can like give yourself goals to do
Yeah.
more the next day or whatever.
Yeah.
Or
yeah,
whatever you
like
feel like
I
doing.
need something, because I'm you know, a left brain person when it comes to things. I need something like physically tangible. I need some nerdy like statistic to look at, you know, to focus on, but not overanalyze, because then I start to do that too. Like, I haven't had scale in a couple of years, and I was thinking about buying one, but I know I'll get on it every day and look at it. And then like if there's a
I
day
had that
like
problem.
if there's a day where I'm not doing well and like I gain a pound, I'll fucking flip out. So
I had that problem for a while. I was like weighing myself every single morning. I was like, I gotta stop doing this. Like, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter if you're like 5 pounds more, 5 pounds less that week. Like, you work that off as you measure yourself weekly. Like,
yeah.
it's not healthy, because you drink more water one day or you eat more one day, and you
Yeah.
shouldn't be like counting
Well-
that in, because your food's got to go through you and it's gonna go somewhere. You just ate it. So
Yeah.
well, muscle weighs more than body fat anyway too, so like that's not a good gauge to figure out if you are making progress, because that tricks the hell out of me whenever I do it. I'm like, fuck this, I'm not doing it right, and then I'll stop, you
Yeah.
know. So there's a lot of things that go into it. Macro calculators are awesome, but that'll
have no
drive
idea
you
what that
insane.
is.
There's too many
Actually,
statistics for that.
yeah, I actually started measuring myself instead of weighing myself too.
Oh God, no. I'm not gonna do that.
It helps,
No way.
because
You'd
it's
be
a better
surprised.
Like,
better measurement of you.
I almost thought about taking pictures of myself, like in my underwear, and be like, every day,
Do it.
kind of thing.
do it.
But
I would do it once a week and then send them to me.
I-
I have reasons.
I mean, I don't hate you that much, man.
I
mean,
want them. Please, I'm not gonna tell you what I'm gonna do.
I was
with
gonna
them.
put them in my dream journal.
I just want to hide them under my pillow.
Big old collage with candles around it.
Yeah. Well, I guess nobody's calling in. Nobody loves my show anymore. You fucking bastards.
Maybe none of them have body
Yeah,
issues.
you perfect motherfuckers. That's why you like me, though, because you're like, I like that guy because he's nothing like me. Because I'm physically a specimen to behold.
It's a bunch of Adonises.
But no,
You're right.
what was that? Cool. All right. All right. I don't know. Let's talk about something fun. What's going on? Wait. Oh, actually, you mentioned something outside. Let's talk about. You guys are a couple. So, what do you guys do together that like kind of? 'Cause I'm sure you guys have residue of that stuff. Like, what do you guys tell each other to make yourself not be stupid about that shit? That
She
body
touches
issue
my
stuff.
butt a lot, And
Lots of butt grabs.
Yeah, that's like the general communication. No, I mean,
can't
it's
really help it.
honestly, I mean, I weigh 20 pounds more than I did 5 years ago, and I don't consider myself as in shape as I was last year, because I went through a pretty bad depression, because I had some stuff that kind of fell apart, and I just stopped really caring. But I've gotten back into the gym, and I'm starting to get back where I'm at. But the confidence it messes with me,
Mm-hmm.
And ultimately, like with her, it doesn't matter, because no matter what anybody else thinks, I have this person at home that kind of cares about me and loves me no matter what. And ultimately, at the end of the day, that's what it boils down to. As far as body image, things like that, you want to be loved.
Yeah.
And it really ties heavily into that too. So I have her at home. I know that she cares about me. She loves me no matter what. I love her no matter what. And
I
that
do.
helps,
I see him every day, and to me, like when he's judging himself, he doesn't look any different from yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, I'll reassure him of that, and he does the same thing for me, because everyone has their days where they just feel crappy about themselves, and it's just nice to have somebody next to you to be like, you look exactly the same as you did yesterday.
love
You're still
that.
hot. Love you. Okay, get over it. If you're like a pound heavier, no one can tell but you.
Yeah.
And we'll go to the gym
beautiful.
if you need it. Like, we kind of help each other stay motivated to work out if we feel like crap.
we
Yeah.
went to Forever 21.
Keep talking. We just take a minute anyway.
Well, we went to Forever 21 a while back. We were at the mall, and she wanted to get clothes, and they have a men's section I didn't know about. So
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'll go check this out. I go back
Don't blame
there.
that on me. You walked in that
It was-
store.
We walked in
You
there for
wanted to
you.
go
We
shopping.
walked in there for you. I went to H&M, and then we went to Forever 21. What I didn't know is that Forever 21 uses Asian sizing,
Oh yeah.
which
yeah.
is like 3 or 4 sizes smaller than American sizing. And I'm in there, and I'm like, oh, cool. They have 36 jeans, because I wear like 36, 34, because I'm tall. Like,
Yeah.
and
You
I'm
wear
the height of my
36?
legs. I wear 36.
You tell me I'm only like 4 inches bigger than you
Yeah.
in a waist? That's ridiculous. We have a phone call.
See,
But,
measure yourself.
Caller, are you there? Hello.
Yes.
Hello, darling.
Hello.
Welcome to the show.
Hi.
Do you have any insight in this conversation?
I can't hear you well. Do I have a what?
Oh, do you have any insight on this topic?
I do. I think it's awesome, for starters, that you're addressing it. And I think it's really cool that you have different body types that are talking about their struggles. And I think that what Brittany is saying is really awesome. And she's given me a lot of tips and pointers. And I think ultimately it's all about being comfortable with you. And you can't gauge it on what everybody else thinks.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, it's about what I think, but also what I think is based on what everyone else has told me my whole life. So yeah, no, I get you. Like,
And I get that, but I think it's great to put it out there and learn how other people have gotten comfortable with themselves.
yeah, I'm not looking at myself naked in the mirror though. That's like, that's not happening.
I think you should.
No, God,
I think you
no.
should,
Jesus
yeah.
Christ. I mean, I got a juicy butt, but that's about,
I installed a 2-way mirror at his house like weeks ago. He doesn't know about.
Oh,
So I'm
man.
with you too. So
Got that album started.
My shower's really cold. I just want to say that right now. All right.
Wow.
I take cold showers. Okay. No. Yeah. Thanks for calling though, and
Yeah.
giving us compliments even after they make us uncomfortable. So that's
Sorry.
nice of you. No, it's fine. Did you
And
did
to
you listen to
answer
my?
your question,
Yeah.
they do swallow.
Oh, see, I was gonna ask you. But doesn't that go against your whole lifestyle choice though?
I don't think so.
You're eating, but you're consuming a living thing, darling.
We can discuss more later.
Oh. Well, thank you for
All right.
answering my question.
Have fun.
You have a good night. You're beautiful. I love you.
Bye.
we were about to get into entirely different, deeper conversation
Yeah, really.
there about where life starts.
No.
Well, we
Those are actually living things you're swallowing.
when we were
That's
at Forever 21, I grabbed those jeans that were 36s, and I went into the dressing room and pulled them up, and they literally just go up to my thigh,
Yeah.
like that. And I immediately, like every bit of work I had done, it just went out the window. I felt like shit, and I was so mad that I just wanted to walk out of there with the pants hanging off my ass and just be like, I'll take 20. Like, give me them all.
Do you have these in men's? No, you said Forever 21, right? I have major issues with that store and the way they size things. Like, yeah. I dated a woman who was like a size 8, which is not fat by anybody's standards at all. And like she would have to wear like extra large shit there.
Oh yeah.
Like it's like that's
mean.
Yeah, that's like
Most
that's
people
fucked
aren't
up.
that size.
And like and a lot of little girls, like not little girls, but like teenage girls, impressionable people shop there, and they're like, "Well, I'm an extra large," and so they have this unhealthy thing where they're gonna fucking develop like eating disorders and shit, man. Like I hate, ugh. And you guys are technically in the fashion industry, right? I mean, you guys are models and photographers and stuff.
I mean, I'm a photographer, but I get bored with shooting fashion stuff. I mean, I'll shoot it sometimes, but I do a lot of surrealism nowadays and just more fine art kind of portraits and things like that. Because I got so burned out on that whole concept too. Because literally all you're doing is just selling an image of what the world and the industry wants you to think that like beauty is.
Yeah.
And I have issues with that kind of.
Yes,
yeah.
I do fashion. Thanks, son.
I'm sorry.
You're part of the fucking. All right. Well, I give equal opportunity. The man, if you want to talk, the problem in the world, if you want to speak right now.
My views
speak,
are my
April.
own, not my girlfriend's. So, and I do respect fashion photographers too. There's a lot of people I've learned a lot of great things from about that. It's just one of those things where like I don't know. Maybe I just don't have the eye for it too, and that might be why. So.
Yeah.
I think it just depends on what you enjoy doing. But
do you encounter a lot of people with a lot of body issues like as a photographer? There should be people that give you certain like angles you can't shoot them at and shit like that.
Everyone has body issues.
Yeah.
Models, photographers, people who aren't even in the industry. It's like if you say something about a body issue, people are going to acknowledge it and tell you about theirs because everyone has them. It's not just you.
Yeah. Oh, they're holding hands. You guys would make me fucking sick, man. Seriously.
Because I'm worried I made her mad at me just now, too. So that's why.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. I'm sure you guys are okay. You're fucking adorable together. Stop it.
If I could tell you the amount of times someone has said, like, oh, can you fix this in Photoshop? Can you fix that, like, preemptively before?
Yeah.
You would just be amazed. It's almost like a thing. I know it's going to happen at least once every single time. And it ties back into the fact that, like, it doesn't matter who it is. Someone has something they're uncomfortable about.
Yeah. I mean, next time you shoot me, can you just Photoshop in Kurt Russell instead? Like Kurt Russell.
I'll look up some Tango and Cash.
Please, please. Tango and Cash, the peak of Kurt Russell's physique. All right, we're wrapping up the show. I'm gonna give everybody a rant. So everybody has 45 seconds to talk about whatever you want. Talk shit, promote something. I don't care. Like you want to put somebody on blast? Fucking more power to you. I did last week, so we're fine.
All right. I just want to say that this topic is really important to me. I do burlesque. I'm part of a body positive burlesque troupe. All the members are plus size women, and we're all about like loving ourselves and letting everybody else watch us do it. And we're called Nocte Cavina Burlesque. And I just feel like it's so important to love yourself in this lifetime, both as like a cosmic being and as ourselves in our mortal shell. And everyone should just work on it because it's so much better on this side of things than on the constantly hating yourself and picking yourself apart. So just try.
Be like Brittany. Don't be like me, guys. That's the moral of that story. April?
I don't know what to say for 45 seconds. I mean, I just want to tell everyone to stay positive and just remember that you're not alone in anything that you do and in any way that you feel. Like, there's always someone else that feels that way, too. And you also never know, like, what people are going through. So don't be negative to anyone and accept compliments because sometimes people are complimenting you because it helps them be positive about something. Or maybe they see something in you that they're aiming for themselves. Just love yourself and
share the wealth.
Challenge yourself to tell yourself something positive every single day this week.
I'm working on liking myself, let alone loving myself. Loving myself's going to be a long way away.
Love you.
I think I got to go to not hating, then liking, and then loving. So
and then it's
I got like a 5-year plan, you know?
You get to a casual indifference. That's the blissful part where you just don't think about it.
Everybody's beautiful.
Well, come on. Let's not everyone gets a trophy.
They do.
All right.
They do, because there's something
just like my team in the league, the worst team. We all got trophies. I don't know why. Jesus. Justin.
Everyone's the winner.
Well, actually, I dropped out of high school because of my body image issues. Because it got to the point where I was wearing hoodies every day to school, even in the blazing hot summer when they would shut off the AC. Because I went to Norfolk public schools.
Yeah.
So they'd shut it off completely. But I don't know. The people out there, at the worst I ever had it, at my lowest point, I just felt like I was unlovable. No one was ever going to love me because of how I looked, no matter what I did, no matter what I accomplished. And anybody who's listening right now, if you're going through that, then don't worry, because at some point, sometime in your life, it will work out and you are going to find somebody who loves you. There are people out there right now who do love you. And, when you meet that person, it will all make sense. So, and until that point, love yourself.
I have to say, too, like, it doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter what body type you are. Like, your personality is what makes you beautiful.
Oh, believe me, I know personalities get you a long way in life. It's like Method Man said about Biggie Smalls, personality's a motherfucker.
That is what someone's genuinely going to love you for, though.
All right, we're gonna wrap up. Thank you so much for listening to the show. Thank you to Radio Free Radio for giving me a show, and you guys should support them. Go to patreon.com/Radio Free Radio. Just donate even $1. You can listen to all the archives of my terrible show, and you might learn something about depression or body issues or talk shit about my ex-girlfriends or robot sex even. It's a wider range of things on this show. We're going to tackle some serious stuff coming up very soon. But next week we're going to get geeky as shit because it's May the 4th. So I love you all. You're very beautiful. I love you. Don't tell me that because I won't believe you. Come up to me and talk to me about stuff if you need to. I'm always around. Yeah, I love you. Good night. Thank you.